started.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's that time of the night. The time you've been waiting on all night. It's time for Fowl Territory, number 314. Tonight's Fowl Territory is brought to us in part by Aegis Gun Care. That's right, the fastest gun care in any light.
Well, isn't that special? Here we
Special.
Not really.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. After a week hiatus because of my cold, we have returned to the airwaves with another edition of Fowl Territory right here on this channel. Gizzard
What
Gary.
channel?
That channel. That one right there. That's right.
Right.
I am your cordial host, Gizzard Gary. And this is Fowl Territory number 314. As the gun snob said earlier, he was correct. And, of course, this is, as he said, brought to you by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. Yeah, that's right.
Fastest
Check
gun
them.
cleaner in any light.
That's right. They are. They are so fast. Man, sometimes you just don't see them do it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is Monday, June the 9th. All right. So, let's see who we got out there in the chat. We have the first one here is the voice you heard earlier, the gun snob. He is out there and in here. We got Ozzy Orsborn is out there. Ron, 2A Matters, Hillbilly Up out there and in here. And Mr. Bob Dabalina is in the audience, as is C4 Defense, who is also out there and in here. And he's been a member now for 38 months. So
Yeah, that's
thank
right.
you. Thank you. Thank you. There you go.
I should get 38 of those.
Yeah, I can't count that high. That's a problem. I'd have to take my gloves and my shoes and some other things off, and I still wouldn't get 38. Fuku YT is out there. Who else? Denny's Plant-Based Journey is in the audience, as is Woods, all the way from the Pacific Northwest. Gerald Muir is out there. Dale Pogue in the audience. And whoops, here's somebody we haven't seen in a while. Mystic Guns is in the audience. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. So
Wow.
we got quite the audience out here. But speaking of quite the audience, we have quite the panel to back me up this evening. So let's meet them. Let's meet them now. All right. So immediately next to me here, he is the host of the Unloaded Media channel. He just had a stream last Saturday. Say hello to
Saturday.
White. Small Sunday, whatever the hell you did it.
Yo.
I was close. I was only a day off. Shanna Ewing's out there, by the way. Hi, Shanna. All right. So going on next to him, his screen says the moon is fake, but it may be somebody else you know. So speak up. The moon is fake.
Yo.
It's Guns and Barbecue, everybody. Or 2A is blind, or one of the many other names he goes by.
Whatever the hell you want to call me, I don't care.
Yeah, you sure you want to go there?
He likes to suck.
Don't care.
We have
Snapchat.
Hasbro in the audience.
Family show, can't repeat.
Yeah, probably wouldn't. Artak and Daughters just jumped in, by the way. My next panelist, he comes to me from the south. He is, of course, the pride of Chelsea, Oklahoma. So if you're from Chelsea, Oklahoma, you may have heard of him. Let's welcome the gun snob.
Never heard of her.
Everybody's heard of the gun snob.
I hear that, like, they know him from three counties surrounding.
Well, that's possible.
Look at his warrants.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks to everybody so far. Now, let's go to the east and a little bit to the south, and we'll find this guy in the Ozarks with a still, and he's trying to make his and someone else's day better. Let's say hello to Hillbilly Up.
Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, that still makes everybody's day better.
It should.
It's just the next morning that's rough.
Well, that is true. Absolutely true. All righty. Well, thank you for being here. Last but not least, coming to us all the way from the state of North Carolina, let's welcome aboard Sarge at C4 Defense.
Yo.
Ozzy Osbourne, he says the moon is real. Well, we could discuss
Bark.
that. Hasbro wants to know, is drafting allowed tonight? That's in reference to Hillbillies. Because he had that little crown thing on his channel where you got crown points for your chats and stuff. And we were having quite the three-way race. Hasbro, me, and Pat in a bunker. I was leading up until the very end, and then I dropped off. So Hasbro took the trophy. So.
Flat tire or something there.
I had flat tire or something, yeah. Bad air. Probably bad air. Anyway, yeah.
Drafting, I was going to say, what are we at Talladega?
Well, we could be drafting beer. I guess we were talking about a still earlier. So,
yeah.
Hey, speaking of drafting, you guys should watch the Earnhardt documentary on Prime. It's very good. So, watch that.
Yeah.
Wow, I killed the chat. Sorry.
I don't know. I agree with you. This is wonderful.
sorry, I was sidetracked answering another question. I've got
Scrolling through
multiple
Instagram.
chat streams going on here, communications going this way, that way. And man, running the Gizzard Gary empire is a complicated affair, especially without my co-host here, who is begged out.
Who doesn't have the co-host?
He begged out the last minute. He must have had something better to do, or he's not feeling well.
I heard he was out protesting in Los Angeles. I
see.
I haven't got a chance to look at that. What is going on out there?
I don't know. It's all hell's breaking loose because of anti-ICE protests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
They called the National Guard out and everything else. And it's all Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault.
Yep.
Throwing rocks and
it's all Trump's fault that they're burning all those cars out there.
Police cars. You know? I mean, that one, there's what, 8 police cars in a row there's on the highway that they had on fire.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what's bad when barbecue's senator is actually condemning it and saying, you know, it's the Democrats have lost the moral high ground because they refuse to condemn the riots.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's wearing his pajamas when he says it, but, you know, whatever.
So I did start the ticker down at the bottom of the screen, and it tells you how to enter the giveaway tonight. And, of course, that hashtag is #FT314 for a chance to win the swag package, which includes a cleaner and lubricant combo kit from Aegis Gun Care. So you get a full bottle of cleaner and a full bottle of lubricant and nothing else. So hopefully you have all the tools and everything. You just got the juice. The juice gets everything loose, you see. So let's see. We've got some chats going on out here. Denny's Plant-Based Journey says, when the mayor and chief of police say they aren't going to help and the governor says he has it under control, Trump had to step up and send in the Marines. Defense Dad has joined us. I thought I heard somebody knocking on my door a second ago. I may have to hurt somebody. 9:25 p.m. It better be Publishers Clearinghouse. All I gotta say. They still do that.
Man with a big check.
Ed McMahon's been gone a while now.
Yeah.
I just want to see Gary carrying around this giant check.
Hi-oh!
That'd be Gilmore himself.
Yeah. So what else is going on, everybody? I know we've got some other stuff out there in the news. Defense Dad just had to buy a TV, he says. Damn TV died today, so I had to go to Best Buy.
Oh gosh.
That cost you a pretty penny. That's bad. Not that there's anything good to watch on TV, but hey.
And they got your TV and watch that ride up close there in HD.
I haven't seen, the only parts I've seen is just the little video clips that make social media and stuff like that, but I'm not going to watch live coverage of people looting and burning cars and stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
Why not?
I've seen it before. I remember Baltimore. I've seen all this stuff before.
it definitely takes a better person than me to be a police officer because, I think the first one that, hit me with a rock or whatever, I would probably end up shooting or something. I don't know, man. That's set my car on fire, or whatever. It's just, but he did say where if people spit in the face of a cop or a, military person or whatever, they will be arrested and charged.
Well,
that's always been that. You spit on someone.
Mm-hmm.
they were doing worse stuff than that in this one film clip I saw. This gal was taking swings at this. There's a cop in front of her and a cop behind her, and she waylaid this cop in front of her twice, and the cop behind her caught her from the right side with a haymaker and just put her down.
Oh, that's what Trump said. He said that you spit on, you'll be hit back and hit hard or something like that. I don't know what all, but yeah.
Defense Dad says
justice is swift.
Should be. Pro tip: don't try to take a 75-inch TV off the wall without help. It's a pain in the ass. It could be. Yeah.
Pain in the hernia too.
Yeah, I don't have a 75.
I do.
You do? Yeah. I didn't know you had a 75. Wow.
I do as well.
Well, you rich folks. I see.
I treated myself.
It's the minimum size TV that I need to try and be able to see it in my living room.
I thought I was doing good moving up to a 55. I guess I still have room to maneuver.
I still have to sit like 4 foot away from it.
I was say, just get your chair closer to the 30-inch.
I'd be like right friggin' in front of it. But I've got a 32-inch computer monitor. You should see how close I'm this thing right now.
I remember back in the day for the old TVs, they had this like magnifier screen you could put on the outside of the screen so you could see it farther back.
Got Fluffy 10 millimeter Jeep guy out there. Just jumped in. We got 21 people out there in the audience. Defense Dad says, I have a 50-inch in a bedroom. Damn.
He's bragging now.
I bet the ladies just run from that. Holy cow. No wonder you're single.
Not sure where I'd put a 50-inch in a bedroom.
You might be talking about measurements of
Bend over and I'll show you.
I'd wrap it around my waist at least once.
That's just wrong, sir.
Isn't that what Chevy Chase said in Christmas Vacation? Bend over and I'll show you.
Fuku YT says, I have a portable 19-inch black and white TV from 1972.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Did it work?
Well, they won't. I have one of those little bitty like pocket ones with the antenna, but when they went to digital TV, they don't pick up anymore.
Hasbro says inches in the bedroom are not the same as at work. You're probably correct there. Oh, we have a super chat here from Ron 2A Matters. $5 super chat, and that requires a buzzer. And a chicken. All right. Well, thank you. Defense Dad says, well, when you buy a big TV and the old one still works, they get moved around the house. I've already got an extra one, and I guess there's really no need having one in here. Guess I could put one in the bathroom for, when I have those times I got to spend a lot of time in the bathroom or the kitchen, I suppose, but I don't know. Don't have that many rooms in this apartment, so.
Yeah, we used to have one of those smaller one in the kitchen, and it actually come in pretty dang handy.
We always did growing up. But Mom would put the morning news on while we sat there and ate breakfast, and it was it's one of those little tiny countertop TVs, so the screen was maybe 6-7 inch diagonal screen, and so a little tiny TV, and mostly up there, I think, to hear it. But I remember that. Ozzy says Godzilla chicken. It's awful early for Godzilla chicken, isn't it? Can we do that before we almost never do that before the giveaway. I think there's rules against it, to be honest. I don't know. Do I even have a Godzilla chicken in here? If you got headphones on, be warned. In 3, 2, 1. Now, if that hurts your ears, you can blame Ozzy for that. Defense Dad says, used to have a 40-inch out in the garage, but it finally died. Now, my brother-in-law up in Kansas City has one. There's a stand out on his back patio that he can take it out there for when there's football or baseball games on, and it actually sits outside so they can watch TV while they're sitting on a patio.
Yeah.
But I'm watching Fox News, enjoying watching these protesters get snatched.
Mm-hmm.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, he's got a pretty big one. I don't know. I just probably 70-some inches out in the garage, but he spends all the time. He spends a lot of time out there. I mean, he's always out there. And he goes, I was like, dude, man, you got a hell of a TV inside in your garage. I'm like, I hate to see the one in your living room. He goes, we don't even have one in the living room. We got one in the bedroom and one in the garage. He goes, yeah, I'm out here more than I am anywhere else.
Wow. Round 2A Matters is giving himself the crown and number 1. I guess you can have it. Guns of Water's out there. He says, Gizzard, you sound better. Hi, guys. Yeah, I believe I'm going to live after all. And yes, I am starting to grow facial hair back. So give me a couple weeks. We'll be back to normal. Smoking
Thank
Joe
goodness.
is out there.
Yes.
Hey, Joe.
Less space, more beard.
Yeah, get that crap covered up. I know. I got to shave once a year so I can remember why I don't shave. Why I have facial hair. Ozzy said, did anyone see the dude on a scooter get taken out?
I did see that. It was hilarious.
And Jacob S. is out there in the chat with the hashtag. So he's going to try to win again. We've got 9 entries in the giveaway so far, so there's plenty of time yet if you want to get in on this spectacular
Do it now.
giveaway. I can't do that. I haven't done the intros. I haven't showed any of the prizes.
We should
Which
start
song?
just doing a drawing at a random point in the show. That way everybody thinks they have to enter quickly and make sure they're here for it.
Mm.
Not tell them when we're
yeah.
going to do it.
Yeah.
And not tell them what they're getting until after we draw.
Surprise!
Yeah, don't
Just start
don't
the
do it at
show
the
off
same
with the
time.
wheel spinning, with the drawing going. Oh, nobody won tonight.
Defense Dad says shaving the beard usually means you screwed up trimming it bad enough that you just have to start over. I've almost been there a few times, but yeah, it'll be all right. But right now I'm having to go through the itch stage all over again, which kind of sucks. But my fault.
Self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, 100%. I'll own that. Yeah, but it's not the first time. It's kind of a yearly ritual with me come springtime. I've got to think I'm going to shave for a week or so. It's like, and no. But if you've known me, you guys have known me 7, 8 years. It's been pretty much my entire life I've been that way. So
We've known you way too long.
Justin Grimm's out there. If you'd known me any longer, I'd known you in high school, Snob.
I wish I was as young as you think I am.
Compared to me, you're pretty young.
Snob's the second oldest one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Snob's the second oldest by the way he acts.
Oh. That may or may not be true.
I'm still 60 years younger than Gizzard.
Probably.
Gizzard used to babysit your grandma. Is that what you're saying?
She didn't talk, you'd think so.
Oh, they just showed a little dumpster fire on the Fox News.
Cool.
I didn't know they had a live feed of the show.
I told you OB was out there. You didn't believe me.
That's why he didn't come tonight.
We just saw his Airbnb, the dumpster fire.
Yep. Shades of his old live stream he used to do years and years ago. So let's see Dale Pogue out there. We've got lots of people. 22 people still watching this. And I don't know why. Does anybody on the panel know why they're watching?
I don't.
If we got cool stuff coming up. Tried to get Midnight Range to come in here, but evidently he's not 2A anymore. So,
Oh, really?
Midnight Range, if you're out there,
Uh-oh.
you got a link.
Somebody's taking some knees.
Uh-oh.
They wouldn't get their hands behind their back. They took a couple knees.
We're getting play-by-play.
They're done now.
Defense Dad says, hoping to finally go shooting the new Shield Plus tomorrow. Want to vet it a little before I go buying holsters or a dot for it.
Sarge, can I ask you a question? I don't know if
Yes.
I assume you probably know when they're in their right gear, you'll see some officers or them have what looks like a paintball gun, because we shoot paintball guns a lot. Are those filled probably with those pepper spray balls or whatever?
They have those, and they have ones with CN or CS gas as well. It just depends on which ones they're using at the time.
Okay.
They try to start off low and work their way up. So
I heard they were shooting rubber bullets yesterday. So
those, I mean,
Well, when the National Guard, when they come out the other night, they weren't using paintball guns. They were shooting, and I'm sure it was rubber bullets or something, because it was coming from a similar to like an AR style
I
rifle.
saw a video last night of some TV reporter that got hit by a stray rubber bullet.
well, I wouldn't want to get hit by none of those rubber bullets, but like the those ones that shoot the pepper balls or the I think they do have a gas one as well. They try to use that stuff like the least evasive and then work their way up.
Yeah.
You know, just like anything else.
Yeah.
If the lowest one works, and it works.
Well, they're also last night they were setting off these smoke bomb things. The police were, and man, those dudes put out some serious smoke.
I doubt they were just smoke.
Probably tear gas.
Yeah. Well, they had them buy them, you know, like when they were moving the crowd back, and then they
People aren't going
started
to move
setting
back
them down
because
and
of
smoke.
smoke.
just
They're going to
started
move
pouring
back
out.
because of gas.
Yeah.
That's gas you're looking at.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I wasn't for sure what it was. That's the other thing I was going to ask you is you know, real smoky looking. And so,
Yeah, Trump called me to see if I'd go out there and start spraying some gas for him and move some people back.
Oh, you would. Give you some Red Lobster and you clear them right out.
Yeah, I'm going to Red Lobster on the way.
I saw one of the rioters was kicking the tear gas canister back towards the police, and I guess they kicked it back and hit
Yeah,
him right in
they'll
the
do that, or-
midsection.
They'll bring tennis rackets and try to hit them back.
yeah. Some of them had umbrellas trying to block the rubber bullets. I bet a rubber bullet go right through an umbrella.
Oh, I imagine.
would
I know a paintball will.
At that
I
rate
would
of
think.
speed, yes,
Yep.
absolutely will.
There's a reason
Just-
that they're called less lethal.
I just wanted to see them bring in the water trucks, the water cannons.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you can flat
That's pretty
clear a
hard.
That
street
clears them
with
out.
those dudes.
You notice what Barbecue said? He said it correctly.
Yeah, less
Yes,
lethal,
Sid.
not non-lethal.
That's correct.
Or they say less lethal instead of less than lethal.
Mm-hmm.
It just means it's less likely to kill you. Still could though. It's not a guarantee of less than lethal. It's less lethal.
Yeah, like actually, in one of the after chats, I was telling Sarge about a video I saw where a guy was tweaking out at a McDonald's, and they went to shoot him with a beanbag, and it just happened to go in the gap of his clavicle, went hit him in the heart, killed him.
Oh yeah, it absolutely could take you out.
It's cost
They're
of
not-
doing business.
It's not
That's
guaranteed that they're not lethal, I guess, huh?
That's what it is. It's just
Well,
less.
exactly.
It's less lethal, not less than. You know.
Yeah.
Less than would mean it's not lethal. Mm-mm. It just
I know-
means it's less likely to kill you.
When Kentucky Ballistics did that video and he was shooting, you know, the torso, you know, body or whatever, the gel one with those less than lethal, a lot of those went in the skin.
Oh yeah. Yep.
What was he shooting him with?
No, thank you. I don't want
He
to.
had just a bunch of different brands of less than lethal, you know, ammo, and some of them were like little barbed balls or something, and some were pins. And yeah, it's just he had a whole mess of them that he was shooting a ballistic gel torso with, and
I remember, like, literally probably close to 20 years ago, I used to get the Cheaper Than Dirt catalogs back in the old days, and they'd have all that stuff. You know, all those rubber bullets you could buy, all that crap.
Yep.
well, I did not know this. They make basically what you call what we most usually call snake shot or bird shot for 5.56. The company's calling it drone shot or something like that. Or
You can get it for a lot of calibers.
yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I got some up like in the 9mm. I didn't really realize they made them in, you know, like rifle calibers and stuff.
I didn't know that they had anything like that that could cycle the action.
Well, they're running them, and they were actually cycling, and
Now, Ozzy says paintballs would adjust my attitude. It certainly would me.
they do.
Yeah.
You know,
That's Jason Ewing out there.
You don't want to get hit by one on purpose.
Yeah.
I don't like the gas. I mean, all that stuff is bad, but was it CS? I get them confused. Which one's the awful one? CN or CS? I think it's CS that's the awful one.
I know when I was at the jail, we had to be OC sprayed, and like I can tolerate it, but it's not pleasant. I mean, it definitely ruins my friggin' day.
CS
Yeah.
gas is the one that's terrible, and it like lingers for days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
God.
bad.
Sienna is the one that just makes you feel like you have a sunburn. Like it's just annoying. But CS, that stuff is the devil. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
They say it clears out your sinuses.
It
Oh,
just
yeah,
makes you wanna
and
get
then
away
some.
from it. It's just wherever that stuff is, you want to be somewhere else, and you involuntarily go somewhere else.
Yeah, just about everybody will clear your sinuses out, like you were saying, Hillbilly. But then there's some people that also clear out your intestinal tract.
Yeah. We had to gas the guy out of a house a couple months ago, and let me just say that it dislodged him from the residence, because when he came out on the front porch on his hands and knees with snot hanging out of his face about 2 or 3 feet, he was not in good shape.
No.
But after about 10 minutes of being exposed to fresh air, yeah, he's good to go. He's good to go again.
Yeah.
I say the lieutenant at the jail when I worked there, he's retired now, but when we had a inmate down in the restricted housing unit, instead of just going in and doing extraction, if we had that lieutenant on shift, he'd love to come down and just empty an entire can, sometimes 2, into the cell, which we hated because we still had to go in and get the inmate.
That'll make them think twice about their life decisions.
Oh my God. And at that time, we were using the strongest stuff on the market, which was, I think, 3 million Scoville heat units, which I hear now they're using 4 or 5 million Scoville heat units.
Wow.
No, thank you.
I'm like, oh, God. 3 million was friggin' miserable.
Now, Defense Dad said during the BLM protest here, a gal lost half her nose to a rubber round. Protesters are throwing gas at the officers and launching Roman candles at them, so they had to stop it.
That's lethal force justified. That's unfortunate for her, but she knew better than throw gas and fireworks at people.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And that's when LA they said they're shooting commercial grade fireworks at them last night.
I guess the gun snob had to leave. He's running out of gas, so good night to Snob. Also, Hasbro has got a crash, he says. So
I thought he was his own refinery.
Guns of Water says, I walked into a little CS when we were messing around in Buddy's garage. I wouldn't want a face full. We got Gun Hobo 62B out there in the audience. Also, Alaska 1 Andy is out there. 28 people watching, and 19 entered in the giveaway so far. So
I feel like you're shipping something to Alaska this week.
You think so? I've done it before.
I know. I think
George Cortez, you need to take the space out of that. # FT314 with no spaces, so we can get you entered in the giveaway. You still have time. So Alaska 1 Andy says, yeah.
Here's one for you, Sarge. Taser or gas?
How long do I have to be exposed to either?
Well,
same amount of time.
Spray is a direct spray. Taser, they're gonna say until you stop resisting. So we'll give you 3 seconds just for shits and giggles.
So pepper spray or taser?
Yep.
Or receiving?
Yep.
I'll take the spray.
Really?
I don't want anything to do with the taser ever again.
But
Man, I'd take the taser every time.
It sucks.
It does, but it
Don't get me
doesn't
wrong.
last like a damn spray.
You're right. I still want to think about that.
Sarge does totally endorse the glove, however.
Mhm.
I'm still jealous. I still want to take a ride on that thing.
Oh.
He went,
It wasn't so much of a ride as it was an elevator that just went down.
going down.
In a hurry?
Because I hit the ground faster than gravity pulled me down. Yeah.
Faster than the
I've
camera
never-
could catch him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Never been tased, but I've electrocuted myself on accident before.
It's different.
Well, don't pee on electric fence. And George Cortez says, I've been pepper sprayed. You can survive it as long as you keep focus and don't panic. You'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do not spray that stuff like towards the wind.
Don't rub your eyes.
Don't do stuff that gets you sprayed. That's kind of my
There you
philosophy.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Behave and that stuff doesn't happen to you.
Don't
generally.
screw around and you won't find out.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you get like pepper spray or CS gas or whatever, you know, because it's hot, if you get that in your eyes, if you drink milk, does that help? Like, if you eat something hot, you throw milk in your eyes.
Didn't have that luxury. You had to go and try and work after that. That way you could actually show that you could perform your duties if, you know, for some reason you got sprayed while something was going on.
Man.
George says, let your eyes air out and it will hurt less. It sounds real good if you've been through it and know what to do, but if it's your first time, I have a feeling that just natural instinct is going to kick in and you're going to panic.
Yeah, but then you got to get over yourself and realize that, okay, it hurts, but I still have to survive.
Mm-hmm.
You prove to yourself that you can get through it instead of just going, it hurts, and shutting down.
It probably takes your breath away almost at first, I would imagine.
Oh,
Shock
yeah.
like that.
If the wrong circumstance happens, it will get in your lungs.
Well, so when we got sprayed at the jail, we had to keep our mouth open.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
What kind of sadist was teaching that?
Everybody or just you, Barbecue?
Oh, no, everybody. Everybody.
Yeah, you were probably
Let's
just
say.
talking.
Like I said, let's say, no, the LT made sure, no, open your eyes, open your mouth.
That's a little much.
I'm going to say, he wanted to make sure you had full effect.
Yeah.
Did you have to take your pants down
Gizzard,
too?
Yeah.
do you still have that link that I sent you about that shooting? That'd be a very interesting article. It's not all that long to discuss here.
I have to go back and find it.
The one I said would be great for Fowl Territory.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
You canceled the next episode.
Also, that was a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Gary.
You go back in the chat. It separates links.
It does.
That male might be lying in a bird cage by now if it's a week old.
Photos, links. There we go. Okay. So is this the one? No charges filed following fatal downtown Nashville shooting. Okay. Well, let's take a look.
That'll be real interesting because people get hung up on things and think everything's a conspiracy, but that's a good article.
Yeah, thanks for giving me that guidance. I didn't know it separated out links like that. All right. Okay, so this is from ABC 13 News, WLOS. They're on your side, by the way. A man who reportedly fatally shot another man on Sunday outside a downtown bar in Asheville will not be charged, the Asheville Police Department confirmed. In a June 4th news release, the police department said after a thorough investigation and after consultation with the Buncombe County District Attorney's Office, charges wouldn't be filed against the man who reportedly shot and killed 26-year-old Andy Garcia Porras on Rankin Avenue. According to police, the investigation showed that the incident began when the bouncer of a local nightclub saw two men, one of whom was Porras, harassing a group of women and denied those men entry into the club. Porras' friend argued with the bouncer, and that argument became physical, police said. The police report said a patron of the club came to the aid of the bouncer and prevented Porras from assaulting the bouncer, as well as attempting to de-escalate the situation. Porras was heard by witnesses saying that he was going to get a gun from his car, and he left the scene. Asheville police later confirmed that open alcohol bottles were discovered in Porras' car. Porras then returned to the scene with a gun in his hand, police reported. It had to be terrifying for everyone there, Asheville Police Department Captain Joe Silberman said of the incident. After a scuffle, the patron drew a gun and both he and Porras began firing at each other. Several people were struck, including Porras, fatally. Silberman made this statement to News 13 about the incident. This could have been more than one body on the ground. The patron left the scene but voluntarily turned himself into the police and has cooperated in all parts of the investigation, APD said. Get in the bar. Bystanders described chaotic scene of fatal downtown Asheville shooting. The offender turned themselves in and made a full statement, and all of that nearly flawlessly matched what we could find on video cameras, multiple different video cameras at different angles, Silverman said. Buncombe County District Attorney Todd Williams released the following statement about the decision not to file charges. Upon careful review of the evidence and North Carolina law, with particular focus on the North Carolina statute on self-defense, senior prosecutors in consultation with APD investigators have determined that the actions of the patron, the surviving involved shooter, were legally justified. North Carolina law states that an individual may employ deadly force if they reasonably believe it necessary to prevent imminent death or serious bodily injury to themselves or another, provided they were not the aggressor in the confrontation. The available evidence strongly supports that the patron was not the aggressor and acted to defend himself during a rapidly escalating and dangerous encounter. Moreover, the North Carolina Supreme Court has held that even if someone is illegally carrying a concealed weapon, the use of the weapon may still be justified in the context of self-defense if they are suddenly faced with an immediate and serious threat to their life or body. This justification means that even though they technically broke the law by carrying the weapon, using it was necessary to survive a dangerous situation with no other safe choice. Forensic technicians recovered multiple shell casings while processing the scene. Both firearms used during the shooting have been recovered, police said. Very interesting. So,
And that is as liberal a place as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still justified.
I'm surprised it came out that favorably. Glad that it did.
Oh, I'm glad that he did also.
That's with Asheville, right?
That's in Asheville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And that DA, Todd Williams, is as liberal as they come. And it was still justified because he followed the law.
I was going to say, yeah, they followed the law. Amazing.
You know, people always online always want to talk about all these conspiracy theories. And I'm not saying they work out every time for people, but typically they follow the law.
Which is good.
Oh, yeah. And other people were hit during the melee.
I mean, they're right. There could have been a lot more people injured or killed by what transpired there. I'm glad it didn't happen.
Technically, this is another good guy with a gun stopped a bad guy with a gun.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Even though by law he wasn't supposed to have a gun in an establishment like that, they're like, we'll let it slide since, you know, this one outweighs the other. So,
I mean, I guess technically they could come back on him and charge him with illegally carrying a weapon, but
they're not.
They're probably not going to, yeah.
Well, they just said that. I mean, they said they're not charging with the
right.
With the, I mean, there's no point in charging them with the misdemeanor.
No, not really.
Not everything has to be handled criminally. It could be handled as that part as a warning.
Well, just goes to show you sometimes things turn out the way they should turn out. So,
So it does make me mildly curious, though. Like, what if other people hadn't been wounded in this whole thing? Because I think, is it possible that this was this guy's saving grace? Like, some other people were wounded, and because like the article said,
I didn't say who shot who either.
That's true.
The good guy could have accidentally hit a bystander just because of the way it went down.
That's true. And, are they running forensics on all the rounds, or are they just like, oh shit, luckily this guy, put an end to this asshole that came in here.
And I don't think
this.
anyone else was seriously harmed. I mean, it could have been ricochets. It could have been something. I didn't hear about anything else terrible happening.
So I'm just, kind of going, a little conspiratorially, obviously, like, what if nobody else was injured? Then, because with other people being injured, there is that fact, like, if they did go and say, oh, well, we're still going to charge him for having the firearm illegally, that would look really bad.
It would look really bad. They would look very petty.
It would.
They were saying this guy's legally justified. He's deadly force. He protected himself and others, but we're still going to charge him with this misdemeanor. Yeah, that would look terrible. And there's a difference between being charged and found guilty. Hopefully, even the jury, once they heard all the facts of the case, would be like, I mean, this guy's a hero.
Yep.
Why are we all here? It would be very petty. People they really look. I mean, I don't know. I know you're saying the conspiracy, but sometimes online, people really look for that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was at the gun shop the other day, and they were talking about they're having a hard time with UPS and FedEx, or whichever one, FedEx subcontracting out delivery drivers. And they said that one of their deliveries came in like the back of a Dodge truck, and the guy, I don't know what they asked him. I don't know. I don't know how it came up in their conversation, but they said, they're hiring everybody. They don't care whether they have felonies or not. And the guy's like, technically, if they're a felon and they brought the guns in here, they were in possession of a firearm by a felon. I'm like, that's not the way that works. I'm like, they're delivering something. They're not possessing it, other than they're delivering a box. You don't actually know what's in the box, or they don't.
right.
So they don't knowingly possess anything. It could be, this could be a bunch of hats for all they know. They don't know what's in it.
Yeah.
So that's not the way the law works. You technically touched it. So no, that's not the way it works. Sometimes people look for the conspiracy when there isn't one.
All right. Well, one thing for sure is not a conspiracy, and that's the fact that Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items, and every Friday, it's coming up in 4 days, is Free Patch Friday. So remember to buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
All right. So remember to buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com. But there's all kinds of other cool stuff going on tonight, like maybe this.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4'2" but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of ex-wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. That's right. It's time for the Fowl Territory 314 prize giveaway presented by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care, the leader in performance and protection. And so remember to go ahead and enter that hashtag #FT314. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go through some of the cool stuff you could win tonight. So let's see what we can find here. We're going to start off with the official Gizzard Gary channel sticker, almost as big as my head. That's a pretty good size sticker. And we've got the official Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. And we have a sticker from Excess Sights, the fastest sights in any light or no light at all. Good company, good company. Another good company here, Live Free Armory, true American manufacturing, makers of the Apollo 11 and other fine stuff. All right, so we have some stuff here from DM Foss. We're going to start off with the Haterade Thirst Destroyer. It's got Obnoxious One's picture right on the label, so you know it's good stuff. Also from DM Foss, we have the Armed Papa Smurf. And we have the Hell No Kitty sticker. Kitty with a knife. You want to avoid that at all cost. We have this card from the Old West Firearms collection, I believe it is. This is a Jack of Clubs, has the 1890 Winchester on there. Invented by John Moses Browning. You're going to get that card. All right. You're going to get a sticker from Black Rifle Coffee Company. Also a sticker from Wilson Combat. Yep, we're cleaning out the drawer tonight, folks. We have a sticker here from OsageCountyGuns.com. Don't know that I've ever given away one of those stickers before. I have a sticker from this guy called Hillbilly Up that says, make someone's day better. How about that? We're almost to the end of the stickers. We have this sticker from Tactum. That shall not be infringed. And no, it doesn't have anything to do with Night Strike. So we're all right there. Courtesy of Squibload, all the way from Hawaii, you have this rooster sticker. Oh yeah. Pretty cool stuff. Company I've met a couple times, but they were at Goals this last year. Stroop Knives. Here's another guy that's pretty cool. You may have heard of him. Name is Ron Wayne. This is one of his channel stickers. All right. Now, how about patches? We do have a patch or two here. So, while they're still here, we have the 2024 NRA Dallas patch, courtesy of Palmetto State Armory. We have this patch, kind of a historical patch from Polymer 80. It says AFT, assemble for thyself. That's a collector's item. We have this patch from SAR USA. And courtesy of Stan at SS Pond fame, we have this patch from Dead Air Silencers. All right, and something I'm throwing in the giveaway tonight, because I found it laying around here. I forgot I have 2 or 3 of these. A koozie from Daniel Defense. Michael Dunn's out there, by the way. Also, the official Gizzard Gary channel pin, which you can stick on your hat, on your jean jacket, maybe stick it on your cat, but your cat's not going to like you if you do that. And then, because I love you, not just one, but a full set of coasters from EAA. Yeah, a full set of 7 of them bad boys in here. You're going to get them all. And, of course, the winner is going to get the cleaner and lubricant combo kit from my sponsor, Aegis Gun Care. Check them out for all of your gun cleaning needs. Now let me bring my panel back on, and then we are going to put on the screen the StreamYard giveaway tool, where we have 23 people entered in the giveaway. And I'm going to let Sarge tell me when to hit the button.
So it's up to me
It's up to you.
to say when we do it now.
All right. Good luck, everybody. If you don't win, blame Sarge. So, and tonight's winner is. Oh, no.
He's not here. He's not here.
Yeah. Yes, I
The rich get richer.
Rich White, are you here?
Yes, I think
The
so.
winner must be present.
Yeah, type in the side chat there, Rich.
It's not here.
Congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, Rich. You are tonight's winner chicken dinner.
That is not how Gunstop would have done that. He'd been like, congratulations, Rich White. You're tonight's winner chicken dinner. Go pound salt.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been here. He would have been even less happy if it had been.
So, Rich, I don't know if I have your address or not. You need to send that to winner at GizzardGary.com. Although you just won a knife like 2 weeks ago. So, yeah.
I think you do.
All right. Well, congratulations to Rich for that. And now it is time to go to what we call our second favorite part of the show. This is where you send your Gorn to Gorn at GizzardGary.com, and you please include your channel name in the email so I'll know who sent it. And we'll show it right here on the screen. I just got distracted there, folks. Sorry about that. There's a little bit of side conversation. Let's put the show us your Gorn sign up there and see if we got any Gorn out here. And I know for a fact we do. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first one. This is from Mr. Bob Dabalina. And here it is. And the email says 7-shot 357 mag Taurus M66. Nice. Very, very nice.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. Is that the only picture he has? No, it is not. There's another picture on that email. Amazingly, I caught it. Here's a second picture. And this one says World War II box set.
Oh, wow. That is sweet.
That's kind of cool.
Real nice.
Lucky duck. Wow. Well, thanks for sending those, Mr. Bob. All right. So, okay, I have an email here from Guns and Water, but it does not have a picture attached to it.
Uh-oh.
So he must have. I didn't get the attachment. So Guns and Water, you might want to send that to me again. While we're waiting on that, I have some stuff here from Jacob. Believe it or not, well, it wouldn't be a night if we didn't get some Gorn from Jacob. So let's take a look at picture number 1.
I bet it's hot air balloons.
He says, pick this up in an auction over the weekend.
That's close.
Periscope.
What is it?
It says Periscope M4A1.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
So he bought a part of the
He
tank.
says out in the chat, Sherman tank periscope for the turret gunner with the optic built in. I couldn't get a good pick through the sight.
Now all you got to do is buy the rest of the tank, Jacob.
Yeah, you just need the rest of the tank now.
Isn't the periscope the optic?
It's one of the optics.
Okay, we've got some different pics of it here. So there's that view of it. let's see. I think no, this is a different view, evidently. Mean dog. Cool. It's got some controls on there.
Yeah. The gunner's periscope had a gun sight built into it, and then there was also the standard gun sight as well for the gun.
Okay, one more picture on here, and then we'll be done with this. So. I think that's fairly similar to the first one. Anyway. Very, very cool. Something I've never seen before for sure. All right.
My grandfather said sometimes they'll get broke, like from a bullet or whatever, and you got to drop them down and change the mirrors out real quick because you're blind without them when you're driving.
Okay, this next one here is from Ozzy. And a blast from the past, he says. The fifth holster that I made back in 2018 for gun websites. That's cool.
That is nice.
Mhm. That is cool.
I like that. Okay.
That was number 5, and he was already that good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Guns and Water did finally send his picture in, so let's take a look at what we didn't see before. And let's see. Rock Island Officer Size Bull Barrel 45 got the G10 grips off of Amazon. Okay. I like those grips. All right. Well,
I'm jealous. I don't have a officer size.
I don't either. I would like one. But I'd like all kind of things. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm checking just to make sure. The answer to your question in the chat, Sarge, is yes, it does. It 100% does. Okay. And yeah, we won't share that with everybody else. But interesting question. Yeah, philosophical question, I guess you would call it. So, all right. Well, thanks to everybody for sending the corn. So let's go ahead and get the corn off the screen because we're done with the corn. Let's go ahead and let's go to the last segment of the show, and that's called What Did You Learn? We're going to ask each of our panelists what they learned during tonight's show, and then we're going to give them a chance to talk about what they got coming up on their channels or in life in general. So, Rich White, what did you learn?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's
I don't know. I'm
You're
sure
the
there's something, but I mean, damn if I can think of something.
You're the first one. You can't even say somebody took your answer. Come on, man.
I know.
All right. Well, tell us what you got coming up.
A doctor's appointment in the morning? Oh, you mean as far as YouTube or stuff?
Whatever you want to tell everybody. I mean, if you want to share your personal life, you go right ahead.
This week Unloaded, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Unloaded Media channel. You don't know what we're going to talk about. And last night we had a Q&A session. Yeah,
we had quite a bit of discussion going on last night. So you just never know. If you get people out there in the text that ask questions and stuff like that, you can stir up a lot of discussions. So yeah, definitely had that going on. It's a good show. All right. Anything else? Any reviews or anything like that?
Nah, not right now.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Let's move on to The Moon is Fake / Guns and Barbecue / 2A is Blind. / blind guy photography / whatever else. What did you
Wear a
learn?
lot of hats. I learned that North Carolina has this awesome law that
They do.
if you're acting in self-defense, even if you're not supposed to be carrying the firearm, it could be overlooked then.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It's pretty kick-ass.
I presume Sarge did know that, but yeah.
Well, it's all up to the prosecutor.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So what have you got coming up? You gonna do any more live streams?
Eventually. Not anytime soon. I'm still trying to get these friggin' midget wrestling photos edited. They're kicking the shit out of me. The lighting when I shot that show was so abysmal. And I really need to get these done. So until I get these done, everything's on hold. But once I get these finished, I plan to make some more content for the 2A is Blind channel. And then probably start playing around with the EB Mux thing to see if I like that for doing live streams. And if I do, then live streams will be done on the Guns and Barbecue channel. And everything else that I want to create will be over on the 2A is Blind channel. Thanks for the invite.
You bet. Thanks for being here. Let's move on down to Hillbilly Up. What did you learn?
I learned that it don't matter how many times you put hashtag Fowl Territory 314 in the side chat, it don't necessarily help you win.
That's true. That's true. Well, what have you got coming up? You're always got all kinds of irons in the fire.
Let's see. Tomorrow night we have our VIP live chat
That's right.
for our members, and then Saturday we got Guns, Bear, and Therapy. Saturday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Then we have the Hard Seltzer challenge out. You can shoot that with. So we got the Cowboy one, which is just iron sights, 15 yards. We got BB guns, 7 yards, pistol at 7 yards, and then bench rest rifle at 50 yards. And so hopefully there's something that, people find fun, maybe they can, get involved and, and shoot one of those or all of them, hopefully. And anyway, I just hope people enjoy it. And thanks for having me on that, buddy. I sure appreciate it.
You betcha. Thanks for being here. And that leaves us with Sarge. What did you learn tonight, sir?
I learned that you can watch the riots live on Fox out in LA. That's what I learned.
Very
Yeah.
all the riots all the time. All right. So what have you got coming up?
I'm a little closer to getting my range back under control. Got it all knocked down. I got to start putting my steel back together and might start getting back in the right direction.
Nice. I know that's been kind of a pain not having that. Been a long spring for you. So
it's quite abysmal having a range you can't really reach.
Yeah.
Without getting soaking wet.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad things are finally coming around for you.
Yes.
Once you get that done, you'll have a lot more stuff probably to do. So
yes, I will.
Well, awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it and wishing you the best of luck in whatever you got left to do on that. And
thank you.
Waiting in a blissful anticipation for what is to come. Anyway, on my channel, Wednesday night, for my channel members, we have the members only chat. That is Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. We are giving away a Send Cut knife. I don't remember what model it is, but it'll be a cool knife. One I didn't even know I had until I looked in my box today and saw it. It's like, I think it's called the Hyrax or something like that. But anyway, we'll give that away. We'll talk for about an hour and have some fun Wednesday night for all you channel members. And next week, next Monday, Fowl Territory, 9 p.m. So that's what I got going on. So I would like to thank everybody for being here tonight. Everybody who watched on YouTube, also Facebook and X.com. Thank you. Those who watch in replay, thank you for watching that. Also, I need to take off this "What did you learn" thing. And big thanks to my panel for contributing to the show. Thanks to everybody out there in the chat for taking part in the program. And especially a special thanks to all of my channel members for their ongoing support for this channel. I certainly do appreciate it. So we will see you next time, but I leave you with this. If anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, you remember to give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary panel. Tell everybody good night, and then I will end the show.
Everybody good
Night,
night, and then I
everybody.
will end the show.
Buenos noches. That will end the show, eh?
Auf Wiedersehen, everybody.